Good morning, children. So the chapter that we are going to start today, that is heat. This is the fifth chapter of your book. You have already studied the various forms of energy, and in that chapter, energy, you have already studied about heat. Okay, you have studied that heat is a form of energy. Okay, so there is another thing that you had studied in the chapter energy, that energy can perform work, or energy can be converted into work and work can be converted into energy. So because energy can perform work, therefore heat can also perform work, right? And work and energy can be converted into each other. So there are various examples of heat converted into work, like in case of steam engine, or even the engine that is normal engines that we are using these days also. So the fuel burns and the heat in it that helps the engine to start, right? And there are or a very simple example you can see at home. If you start heating water, what happens? The lid that is closed over it, that starts raising up. That is because the heat that is generating, that is the heat energy has been converted into work, right? The SI unit of heat is joule. Okay, but there is also one more unit of joule of heat, that is calorie. Okay, so these two units also you have studied in energy, right? Because energy is measured in joules, therefore heat is also measured in joules, and energy is also measured in calories. That is why there are two units, joules and calories. Joule is the SI unit. Wherever you will be solving the numericals, etc., and the other units are in SI units, you have to convert energy into joules, right? And the relation between calorie and joule is 1 calorie is equal to 4.18 joule, but for easier calculation we take it as equal to 4.2 joules, rounding it off. Fine. And this quantity 4.2 joule per calorie, 4.2 joule per calorie, is known as the mechanical equivalent of heat. Okay, mechanical equivalent of heat means that this much amount of work is equal to, that means this much amount of work, 4.2 joule of work is equal to 1 calorie, or we can say 1 calorie of heat is required to perform 4.2 joules of work, right? But these things are the ideal cases. When we tell something so precise, that we are talking about the ideal cases. This is when there is no loss of energy and everything. So in that case, 1 calorie of heat will be required to perform 4.2 joules, right? Then the physical quantity that helps us to measure the degree of hotness or coldness. How do you find that how much uh, heated a thing is, or how much hot a thing is, with the help of knowing the temperature? Okay, we say that it is very hot today, that means the temperature is raised. Okay, we measure the temperature, and if it is raised, we say uh, that is high temperature, that gives is the measurement of hotness. Okay, and lower temperature is the measurement of coldness. So the quantity that measures the degree of hotness or coldness of a body, that is the temperature. Okay, this is the definition of temperature. And heat always flows from higher temperature to lower temperature, right? This is a very common observation in winters, when you have to uh, suppose you have to take heat. You want the palms which are very cold in winters, you want them to be a little bit hot. What do? You can hold a cup of coffee and it gives you warmth, right? So that means the heat is transferred from the hot cup to the cold palms, right? Similarly, if you keep two things in contact, suppose you are keeping two metal rods in contact, one is very hot and another one is cold, then what will happen? The cold one will start taking temperature heat from the hotter one, and it will also become a little hot. Okay, so the heat always travels or flows from higher to the lower temperature, and the process by which we measure temperature, that is called thermometry, right? Because, and this you can remember with the help of thermometer. What is the equipment that we use to measure temperature? Thermometer. Everyone has at home, no? So we measure our temperature with the help of thermometer. So this process of measuring the temperature is known as thermometry. So okay, now temperature. Let us discuss the units of temperature. The unit of temperature is Kelvin. This is the SI unit. Okay, the temperature that we measure at homes with the help of thermometers, that is not measured in SI units. Okay, so the SI unit is Kelvin. So when we will be performing the solving the numericals, etc., there we will be using the SI unit itself, right? Or depending on how the units are given. And the other units are degree Celsius and degree Fahrenheit. So the temperature we measure at homes, that you say 99 है fever. So 99 क्या है? 99 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, that we are measuring in Fahrenheit. Okay, and the other unit is degree Celsius. We say कि it is too hot today and the temperature is 35 today. 35 is the measurement in degree Celsius, right? So here in common language also we are using two scales, two units. This the room temperature you set in AC, you set it 26 or 27 or say 20, 21. That is the that is in degree Celsius, right? And fever commonly we measure in degree Fahrenheit, but these days we have the other thermometers also, no, the electronic ones, they measure in both degree Fahrenheit and degree Celsius both. So we'll be studying the thermometers also later on. For now you have to know these units. So these are three units, and they have different scales also, that we'll be studying in the next lecture, right? And one more example that I wanted to give you when we talk about work and energy, especially heat energy. So very good example here is when you work upon your hands like this. In winters you rub your palms, so what happens? Your hands get heated up, your palms, they get heated up. That is because the work you did in rubbing your palms, that is converted into heat. So okay, and this thing, because these things are given in your books, I wanted to quote it here, that the calorie and kilocalorie thing, kilocalorie is the larger unit of heat or energy, right? So this you have might have seen in the packaged food that you buy. There they give you the energy written over there. See here, they have taken this packet of some Amul Shrikhand or something it is, right? So energy is written over here, 230 kilocalorie. You can once just see the packets of anything, say milk packet or packet also, if you see, they also you will find they have given you the energy obtained from it, that is given in calories or kilocalories, right? That's all for this lecture, children. Bye bye.